Yeah, man, we here for another episode of Force of Win podcast, man. I'm really on the move today, man. But we had to do last minute setup and all that. You know what I'm saying? My apologies, Shay Nora, but we gotta get it going. We here in Boston, man. Shout out to Cyrus, Raekwon Show, Shay Nora. They tore it down tonight, you know what I'm saying? But Boston's one of your good markets out here, right? They fuck with you out here. Crazy.
Yeah, I've been out here a few times. First time I came out here, I think this was like 2019. Came out here with Spesh, and then I came out here a couple years later for my own solo show. So, yeah.
Yep, 2019. Yep, because I was here. I was at Middle East, a small room.
Yeah, it was it was a super small joint.
Yeah,
but it was fine.
They had the merch table. We got to throw the hunt out.
Yeah, yep.
I got the footage. I brought one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the footage when I had brought one and shit. That was when I first caught wind of what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thriller Hunt, that was a good joint. That was fully produced by Spesh.
Yeah, yep. That was the first one he did. That was the first joint me and him collabed on, and then we kind of just went off from there. Yeah.
Dang. Shout out to my partner Letitia. She couldn't be here with us today. You know what I'm saying? She out in Barbados doing her thing. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna hold it down, get the things going. You know what I mean? So I'll bring it back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The Oranges of Shay Nora, man. I know you're from Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? How long you been doing your thing for?
Honestly, I've been doing it since maybe about 08, a little before that. But as far as like just taking it serious, putting money behind it, that started like 2015-ish, maybe 2014.
2014, 2015. So you were still like just leaving high school, or just?
I was out of high school in 2012, so like I was about 3 years out. Yeah. Okay. So you coming from Buffalo, I know one of the dudes you was messing with back then was Benny. You know what I'm saying? Early in the game. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How'd you guys meet up, and how's your relationship back then till now?
Really just being in Buffalo. Like, at the time we had like a lot of mutual friends. And it was really just me hitting him up trying to get him on a record, and he pulled up to I had a studio in the Falls. And he pulled up to it, and we just built from there. Like he was the first one. This was like 2016, so this was like before he got lit with Griselda and everything. And it just kind of went from there. He was the first one really showing me love. So he had put Westside onto me, who was somebody who showed love to me, and he just putting everybody onto me like very early. He was the first one. So yeah.
Early, you know what I'm saying? So you being from Buffalo, most people would think you would have got down with the Griselda team, but instead you got with my man Spesh, Rochester. Now for those who don't know, Rochester and Buffalo like an hour away from each other, right? Like an hour and 15.
Yep, hour and a half, yeah.
So how did you connect with Spesh?
Again, just hitting him up. I sent him some music, and he heard the music. He hit me back right away, and he asked me to come out to Rochester to have a meeting with him. The first meeting I had with him, he had a whole plan. He wanted to work with me. He wanted to, he just had a whole plan, a rollout and everything, for me. So I rocked with him. Like, we just recorded a bunch of music in 2018, and then once 2019 came around, that's when he started releasing the music.
Yeah, I put you on that Coogee Rap.
That was the first record I recorded with him.
That was the first one?
Yeah, that was the first record.
On there.
Yeah.
So you didn't see something you off rip, like, I'm going to put you on this.
Yeah, that was the first record.
We're going to get you rolling, we're going to get you hot.
I think by the second time we had linked up, I had recorded a verse. I wrote and recorded that.
So has he heard of you before you had reached out to him?
I found out later on he did. He did. He didn't know what my situation was at the time, but he had heard of me. He just didn't do his research at that point until I had reached out to him.
Cause you was doing shows, tearing shit up.
Yeah, but he had definitely heard about me beforehand. Yeah.
I know he was rocking with DJ Green Lantern, Hard Body.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Did you have any relationship with DJ Green Lantern as well? I know he was a big influence upstate.
I've never met him.
Never met Green Lantern?
I never met him. I never met him.
Till this day, huh?
Yeah, I never met him. When he was on tour with Nas, I was in LA at the time. I came close to going to that show, but I ain't meet him. So, yeah.
Wow. I would have guessed that you did meet him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He a busy man. Yeah.
But now he's definitely a big influence upstate, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
As far as the mixtape game, as far as production, you know what I'm saying? So, I know he was on Shade 4-5 doing this thing, Serious Radio, under him. So I know he was a big platform for like, he was like a pinnacle, like, once you get with Green Lantern, if you're like from Buffalo, upstate, Rochester, Syracuse, and all that, and you got with him, it's like, that's one of the pinnacles of like, damn.
Yeah, he definitely ushered it in, with it being way early. Like, I was a kid then when he was coming upstate. He had Special, and they was putting out mixtapes, and, he was doing his thing. Yeah, that was early.
That was early, man. That was early. So, I like to listen to your music, man. I really listen to your shit for real, man. Like, I like one of your lines, man, when you was talking about the song with your dad, and then you was like, he did a bid, and the first time you learned how to fly a kite was riding him. You didn't say it in that word. But,
metaphorically. Yeah,
really
facts.
Good,
Yeah, no, that's for real.
That was good. You know what I'm saying? Another line you got is mine that I like, you know what I'm saying? Which one I like? From 9 to 5 the LLCs, that was just the ghetto dream. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
You're talking about use your words as a spelling bee. You know what I'm saying? So when you write, it's not really metaphor. It's like you dropping jewels. You know what I'm saying? You really incorporate jewels into your bars. You know
No, that's
I don't really see too many MCs even doing it like that. Forget female MCs. Forget just putting you in that category. I'm talking about just period. You know what I'm saying? You really put work into your pen.
No, that's a fact.
So where did you develop this from? Like,
I was the youngest with every crew I hung out with. So being the youngest, having people that's like, I'm talking about like these is 5-10 years older than me people type things. I was a teenager hanging out with older people. So I adapted to watching them and being around so many older people. It influenced the way I moved in life. And I was young when I was getting fed a lot of jewels young by my mom, stepdad, uncles, older brothers, whatever, what I'm saying, whoever it was. And I kind of incorporated that just how I started writing. Because for me, rapping is like a conversation for me when I'm writing. And when I rap, I like it to seem like a conversation. So I just incorporate, that's really how I talk day to day. I'm just rapping it now.
So it's like you do your history, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you even got the line about the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Say we free. But that's elusive.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Using them same.
And that comes with just being passionate about, us as a people. And the struggles that we face as a people.
But you gotta see. I understand. I don't think people really understand what you be talking about. People understand it, but like the way you put it together and you really slick with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that line was powerful too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they use the same loopholes to make nooses. I'm like, God damn! I said, hold on. Let me rewind this, man.
Yeah, no.
You feel me? Talk about the Constitution. You saying they say we free? That's elusive. Them same words that used to make. I said, God damn. I was like, yo, so you got motherfuckers really going back and really checking the Constitution. Like, let me see what the hell's going on, man. Like,
it's deep. It's deep.
So it's like above average writing, above average MCing. This is not just putting shit together, like, Some people got, now, you know what I'm saying? Some females got good wordplay, like, they learned how to rhyme, breathe on beat, but I'm saying it's hard to learn how to breathe on beat and then include lines like that.
But that's why I say it's like this is day-to-day conversations that we have. I have debates. We sit and just talk for hours.
Yeah, so it seems like you really history.
We give our perspective. Yeah. So I take, I get a lot of inspiration from conversations. Like, that's why I bring that a lot to my music. So
and that's why another line you said was, don't pray for money. You know what I'm saying? Pray for that wisdom. Because it's something that they can't take from you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of wisdom.
Oh, yeah. I knew, I got to a point where I knew better. Like, because I didn't, at that point when I wrote that, I had already went through my phases of, having, rather it's something monetary or money and losing it. And I realized that it really doesn't mean anything if you don't have the wisdom to keep it and multiply it. So
rather this, exactly. That's a good line to go by. It's a good lifeline to really
you got to ask for that.
Get the wisdom, and then once you get the money,
wisdom's
going to keep the money.
Yeah, because honestly, if getting money, making money is not the hardest part. It's the keeping and the maintaining and multiplying it.
Yeah,
sometimes that's that's the hardest part of it. So once you learn that that line is self-explanatory.
Well, I just gotta commend you for your pen, man. Like, I don't know if enough people even tell you, or we can do interviews if they even recite your lines like that and really listen to what the fuck you saying. But you gotta definitely gotta tip my hat off to you for that type of shit. That's the type of shit
appreciate
that
it.
had me rewinding. Like, ain't too many,
Mm-hmm.
you know, MCs that have me. Never mind females, like I said again, but people that just have me rewinding. Like, damn, this girl, she talking that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you be giving special and run for their money stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And when you got
they all
MCs like that in your corner, they're gonna
exactly.
sharpen. You know, you gotta keep your pen sharp, because
Yeah.
they're gonna tell you, they're gonna tear you up on them traps.
Oh, yeah.
They're
You
not
know that off rip.
not going light. So.
Yeah. You know that's definitely true, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you're down with the trust game. I heard you say one time that you never really signed like no paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like still like a family, and special taught you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants you to be a boss. Like, I'm gonna put you get the platform, you just blossom. You know what I'm saying? So you took that and ran with it. Basically.
Yeah. It's just like a boss showing somebody else how to be a boss in the business, instead of I'm gonna keep you under me, or it's just giving people platforms. Like, everybody ain't gonna do the same thing I did with a platform I was given, but it really just goes off when that when that hand is done, where it's like, okay, all right, I gave you this, now you go fly and spread your wings, like, and all I needed was an opportunity. I knew what to do, I just needed the opportunity. So
But like you said, being an independent artist is a lot of information that you have to acquire.
yeah, you gotta be willing to be quiet and just listen, though, because it's a lot to learn.
2 ears, one mouth.
Yeah.
You gotta listen.
Yeah, you gotta be able to listen, and even when you ain't being spoke to, still, listen, studying from that. You know what I'm saying? So that takes a lot of just observing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely gotta do that. So I see you got the joint with Apollo Brown.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? How did that come about?
Paulo hit me up. He was a fan. It was random, because he hit me up after Thriller the Hunt 2 came out.
Yep.
Just said he was a fan. He wanted to work. I thought he just wanted to work on the song. He said he wanted to work on the album. So we had got on the phone. We talked. And a few months later, he sent me a bunch of beat packs. And we just kind of went from there. I flew out to Detroit like a few months later. We recorded all the songs in like 2 sessions. And kind of just went from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you got the joint with Big Ghost.
Yeah. Big Ghost. He's somebody I've been rocking with for a minute. I just hit him up. I was like, yo, it's time for us to work. This was like after I put out Food for Thought. I was like, yo, it's time for us to work. He's like, all right, bet. Like, a few months later, he sent me a beat pack. I knocked it out in a week, and we put it out. We sat on it for a minute, though.
Mm-hmm.
But we put it out maybe like a few months after it was done, fixed. It was like mixed and done. And yeah, that's how that joint went.
So you worked with Black Thought, man. That's a powerful feature right there.
Yeah.
So how did that go down? Did you guys do that in the studio together, or you sent the verse?
No, it was like the pandemic. Like, when I went to Detroit, I came back, they had shut everything down.
Mm-hmm.
So we was in a house. So I think Apollo Peoples went through and got that verse, but Black Thought hit me up though.
Yeah, okay.
He hit me up and told me that he had heard the song, and he was like, I'm about to hop on this, and he just was showing me love, like, you know what I'm saying. So he did personally hit me up right before he had recorded his verse, and I was able to talk to him. And
Is there a video for that?
Nah,
no video for that, right?
I told you it was during the pandemic, like, we weren't able to come outside.
But in this game, you know what I'm saying, especially in this boom bap lane, you can keep promoting stuff for a while. Like, right now you can go back and shoot that video and it'll be brand new. Because you have new listeners now.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
So you can go back.
Yeah.
That's a powerful track. Like, that's Black Thought.
I would love to.
That's Black Thought. So
I would love to, definitely. Like, I've been having conversations with Black Thought for a minute. Like, but that would be dope. Heck, yeah. Like, I've never met Black Thought, but I've had conversations with him now.
You haven't met him in person yet?
I haven't met him in person, no. So, yeah, that'd be dope.
Well, if you're watching this Black Thought, we need to make that happen. I don't care how old the song is.
I'm sure he'll be with it,
man. I know that was during the pandemic, but you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of music I gotta shoot videos for that I made during the pandemic, like, cause it was just a tricky time, but I was just like, I'm gonna put out music. I don't care. It's a good time to put out music.
Because people was home, they were listening, they was watching.
Yeah, so
there was nothing else to do but do that. So if we came out during that time, a lot of people started careers and got their shit back. Like even like for instance, like Ransom, when that pandemic came, he started dropping them joints with Craven. You feel what I'm saying? And that just I've been fucking with Ransom since back in the day. Since
Me
the,
too. I was in
since,
high school
yeah.
when bro was killing it. Like,
Yeah, since the Desert
so,
Storm days and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like 02, 03, 04. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I was younger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So,
That's like, you feel me? But he came back out during that pandemic, but he came back out with a whole different,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and I was rocking with him because he was dropping some stuff when he got out of prison, and that's when I was in high school. I was like around high school at the time, and I was rocking with him then. Like, he was dropping little joints. Like, he had a joint with Static he had dropped. I remember when that came out.
Static Selector.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely the pandemic was just a whole different. I was recording so much music. I was like, I can't hold on to this music. I gotta drop it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta drop
Yeah.
that shit, you know. I mean, some things need a rollout plan, but sometimes you just gotta get the ball rolling.
The pandemic was just so different. Like, and man, we was doing good. I was selling out merch. Like, it was a different time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those times where it's like you could just drop music. You ain't really even have to have a rollout. I mean, I did rollouts, but it was a different time. Like, people was really it was the best time probably to drop music that I've seen in a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? During the pandemic, that was just a different time.
Yeah. And you're definitely into production yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you use to make your beats now? And when did you first start doing the production and making beats?
I use Pro Tools. Like, I've used MPCs before, but Pro Tools is like, to me, I've mastered it. And Pro Tools for me, you know, I know how to make every type of style in there. You know what I'm saying? I done mastered it. I started making beats when I was like 15. And I was doing that before I was really rapping too. Like, I would say before I was calling myself a rapper. It took me years to actually start calling myself a rapper. So I was really doing production first. I wanted to be a producer more so. But sometimes with being a producer and you having the talent and knowing how to write, you go through this thing where it's like you got a vision for your production, and everybody may not meet that vision. So that's a lot of reason why I started rapping, or really calling myself a rapper, because I was like, I got a vision, but I feel like I'm giving it to people and they're not really like pulling the vision out. What I got with certain beats, like Hunger Games, that's a beat that I had gave to my friend, but he had stopped rapping, he had quit rapping, so I hopped on the beat. And I remember that was another song that I showed to Spesh, like the first time I had met him. And you know, that song got so much history because it's like I made that beat in 2014 and it went through like 4 other rappers before I finally got on it and put Ransom and Spesh on there. So, man, that's like one of my biggest records, and it's like.
So how does that work? So basically there's a song out with some other rappers on that same beat, or what?
Yeah, they was my peoples. They wasn't. They quit rapping though. Like, so they just didn't care about it. Like, they just was
but
like,
they never
whatever.
put it out. No, really, did this?
It came out on SoundCloud, but they, you know, once I got on there, they heard my verse. I had recorded it in the studio. I had a session, and one of my friends that was on it with his cousin. He's in the studio when I was recording my verse. It was like 2018. And he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take my verse off. I don't even, like, he ain't, you know, they ain't care. So, like, when I put Ransom and Spesh on there, that joint just blew up. Like, you know, became a big record.
Yeah, that definitely was a big record. You
know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
everybody went crazy on it. You know what I'm
yeah, fast.
So when is you, Spesh, and Ren gonna come out with an album like this, y'all three? I know it has to be in the plans. I know it has to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was, and it still is. It's just one of them things where it's like everybody's schedule, like Ransom don't even live in the States, so it's like, you know, it's like about getting everybody's schedule. Like, you know, I don't really be in New York like that, so I got my own thing kind of going on. So
I gotta go down.
Man. Yeah. No, I definitely want to get that done.
That has to go out. Y'all definitely a good.
I think we get some beats. We get a solid lock in on some beats, man. We'll all kill that thing.
You can do half you and half him, because he makes beats, you make beats.
Yeah.
The beats is there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. I know we had started. Yeah, I know we had started. We was going through some beats maybe a few years ago. It was me, Ransom, and Spesh. We was in the studio. We was going through some beats, and we had started putting something to the side. But shit just get busy. But I definitely want to get that done soon. Definitely, for sure.
Now, that has to go down. About 2025 at least.
Facts.
You promise me that?
Yeah. Oh, I can't promise because.
No.
But that'll be fine. Yeah.
Ran, Spesh, you're watching this, man. Let's get that done, please. We gotta get that done, man. I gotta go down.
Mhm.
So I seen you. Well, congratulations, you got married. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
that. Thank
You
you.
know, how's it balancing this music and having a relationship outside the music and keeping everything balanced? Like, how do you do it?
Just having like he's a great supporter,
Hmm.
great support system. Um, we support and aid each other in both of our businesses.
Hmm.
He's a barber, and we opened a barber shop in Buffalo, and I do music, and he's helped aid me in a lot of what I do now. So it's like, when you have that type of when you have that type of foundation, whether it's a marriage or a significant other relationship, it helps balance it out. Makes it easier for you to be able to move around, get your work done,
Hmm.
without you feeling bad or guilty about being too busy. We both balance each other out. It's really just having that solid foundation, the support system in that.
Yeah, because that's definitely a situation right there where sometimes it's just, you know, it doesn't work out a lot. And you got to
Yeah.
be real secure, man. I congratulations, to my hat off to you again for
Yeah, if
that.
you
You know
got
what I'm
a
saying?
work ethic, you got to be with somebody who got the same work
Work
ethic as
ethic,
you, and
you
he
know what I'm
has.
saying, and
We match each
understands
other with that work ethic. So.
that you're outside, you're rapping, you got
Mhm.
to trust him, you know what I'm
He,
saying?
and he listen. We match each other with the work ethic. He's
Yeah,
he's a hard worker. Sometimes he outworks me, but we got this little competition. Like it's
that's good. Yeah,
competitiveness
yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
that. Like, oh, okay, I'm putting in work. Okay, let me get up. I was
That
just getting a little
motivation, so
lazy.
you
Yeah.
gotta bounce off that motivation. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? That's good. That's good. So I see you do you got the program for the kids where you cut, the barbershop thing, you
Mhm.
cut the hair. Is
Mhm.
that only during like school time or is this like a?
So it's for a specific school right now, but our goal is to expand it and make it available for more students. Because I think it's important for kids to know before coming out of high school, having some type of trade for them to safely make good money once they get out of high school.
Hmm.
Not saying that that's got to be something you settle for and do for the rest of your life, but it's good to have a stable way to make some money, because making $40 an hour
Hmm.
or $40 a head, shit, that's good for a high school student coming,
That's good for a
Yeah, yeah,
grown kid. Yeah,
exactly. You get what I'm saying? So it's
40.
like,
You said 40 an
it's
hour, like.
yeah, but it's a good way to or however much they charge
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
haircuts,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's a good way to establish relationships healthy, in a healthy way, and it helps build a community more too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
because
that's something,
you
yeah.
have a shopping salon. You got a salon in there too, right? So like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
it's half and half.
half and
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Those environments bring good conversations, and you can learn a lot from the barbershop or the salon, and
A lot of
meet.
support,
Yeah.
a lot of neighborhood support.
Mhm.
I know growing up it was branched off of hair salons and barbershops
Mhm.
in my neighborhoods, like, what I'm saying? So that's a good, that's just a way for us to try to help kids and offer them some internship opportunities in the summertime, because we do a lot of events, community events in the summertime. So helping with that, and helping them, get some experience in the work field.
Mm, mm. So let's move to Shay Nora, the boss. Are you ever gonna put out your own artists, like, or
Mhm.
you just still developing yourself? I ain't ready for that because everybody has their time when they want to put somebody out and give back, or
I don't think I'm at the point where where I want to sign an artist, and
Mhm.
I work with artists. I have an artist right now I'm working with. I'm putting an album out with him that I fully produced, executive produced in March, but I did a project for him a couple years ago. Um, and right now I'm probably just more so in the mindset of just
Mhm.
giving people opportunities and platforms. I don't think I'm in a space to sign an artist because I
Okay.
don't have the time to really like play the babysitter role.
Okay.
Like where, you never know what you're getting with these artists
Mhm.
sometimes. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
some of
yeah.
them, if I'm gonna invest and put money behind somebody, like, it got to be somebody who really serious. But you rarely find artists that want to actually put more work in than you,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I don't think I'm at that point right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I mean, executive producing is putting up the money for it, right? That's the definition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
In a lot of ways, I'm overseeing a lot of
oh
things
yeah.
that he, like saying, okay, no, not this. This one is not gonna go in there. This is how this. I want this to
Mhm.
sound. This should sound like this. And um, getting it in front of the right eyes. Like helping with like things like the rollout. How we gonna do the rollout, the
Mhm.
cover. Just little things that I have studied and seen over the past maybe 5 or 6 years that can help advance this person as an underground up and coming artist, you know, because it's a wide open lane. You can make so much money in this lane, but you got to get in, you know, you got to have the right sound and have to
Right
be in front
sound,
of the right
yeah.
people.
You gotta know how to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's things that special taught you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you got in the game, you probably surprised like, damn, I didn't know we can sell vinyl, we can sell.
I ain't know nothing
we can
about
sell
none of that.
tapes. You feel
He
me?
put me
We can
on to
sell
all of that.
CDs, physical copies of anything.
I
You
didn't
know
know
what I'm
people
saying?
still bought vinyls and CDs until I
Yeah.
got around, until I started seeing. I was like, oh, people buying CDs. They don't even sell newer cars. Don't even come with CD players. I was like, okay, that's fire. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to get in this. They making that much off of that? Oh yeah, I'm about to get in this. Like,
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah, so this game right now today definitely feel a lot of female energy, especially on the commercial side. You know what I'm saying? How do you keep yourself doing what you do? You feel me? Like right now you got out like the Sexy Reds, the Gorillas, the Lottos. You know what I'm saying? Would you ever do tracks with any of these females?
I do a track with anybody.
Well,
Yeah, I do a
okay.
track with anybody.
No doubt, no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
I'm gonna always bring me
No
to
doubt,
to the
yeah.
track, but I do a track with anybody.
Yeah, because I have to commend you for sticking to your guns and doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you see what they doing, and but they got a big label behind. They're not independent, obviously. They got some
Yeah.
big backing. You know what I'm saying? But like they running the radio right now. Like you feel me? And the beautiful thing about this boom bap game, you know what I'm saying? The radio doesn't really, it don't really matter. Like to me,
Yeah.
from what I see, you don't really got to get played every in rotation and do all that to make a bag. You know what
No,
I'm
you
saying?
just gotta have a system and be consistent with it. Like,
Yeah.
you can make really good money. I tell people all the time, you can make good money off of streaming. It's just, it just depends on how you work it. It's of course it's a system and it's a little bit of a secret to it, but it's an individual thing. Like, so you'll figure out what works for you and how to feed your fan base, and you can make some good money off of streaming, and you can make a lot of money from vinyls. Like, you know what I'm saying? From physicals, I would say. Like, I made a lot of money last year selling physicals. So
Yeah.
it's like, merch,
Yeah.
and shows just be pocket money in the beginning, but like once you start getting a little name for yourself, you start getting some decent money for it. So
even if you go 7 days in a week, you get 2 shows and they both 35 to 5,000. You feel me? Like that's that's like
yeah, that's still that's good money.
That's still good. Yeah, you can't knock that. You know what I'm saying?
That's still good money.
You definitely still can't knock that, man. You know what I mean? So my partner teacher will always ask, right before we end, how do you deal with mental health, and what does mental health mean to you?
It means a lot because I don't think it's a human being walking this earth that don't deal with mental health in some way, shape, or form. Life, the world doesn't get any better, it gets worse. So it's really about you taking, like, I take mental health days, at least like 1 or 2 a week, where I just, do what I want to do. Like, cater to myself. And that's important to do that even when you in the midst of having a busy schedule. Just, taking time to yourself, catering to yourself, putting boundaries on people, putting boundaries, rather sometimes you got to put boundaries up at work. It's just about catering and putting yourself first.
And there's 2 more questions. So you coming up being an MC and you heavy with the bars, were you a battle rapper? Did you ever battle somebody? Like,
No, I never did the battle rap.
You never battled not one person in Buffalo? Nobody came to challenge your pen? Called you out? You never battled nothing?
I mean, on records, like, I definitely I have been in studios where somebody, like, they used to be like, I'm gonna have a better verse than you.
Yeah, that's competition on the track. I'm talking about you never encountered somebody in your face. You know what I'm saying? You guys going back and forth battling.
Nobody
call Shay Noah to battle, like, yo.
Wow. I was doing a lot of showcases, like in Buffalo. I was doing showcases heavy on that scene for like 2 to 3 years. I was going out to Queens doing showcases every other week. Like, I was out there. I was rapping on stage, no beats. I was outside. Like, nobody never like really.
So you were just doing ciphers, basically ciphers.
I wasn't.
Battles.
No
Nobody
battles.
called out Shay Noah like, I want to battle you.
Nah.
Wow, damn. Usually to be 1 or 2. Nothing, huh?
Nah, like the most I had, like I told you, is just the competitiveness in the studio. I had a local rapper like back in this is like years ago, who, like we we had a little spar on back and forth on tracks, but it wasn't nothing like serious, like to the where you saying like we outside and we battle. No, I never did that.
Oh wow. Would you do it if I mean I know you in your career now, like
Not now, but I definitely would have if somebody would have,
like somebody
I'm beyond that point now. Like it wouldn't do anything for me unless unless.
I mean, of course, might be a bag involved, but sometimes it's
Yeah.
the love and the passion of the game. Like if there's another female, her bars are on deck, her shit is ready to go, and she's like, Shay Noor, I fuck with you, but I'll tear your fucking head off. You feel me?
I would love that.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Like
That
I can't believe nobody ever came up to
I'm
you.
not gonna
nigga.
lie. I would love that. No, nobody.
You know what I'm saying? And then what do you do?
Maybe I ain't.
Because
Nah.
sometimes it ain't about like I know you far in your career, you're doing what you're doing, but sometimes it's not about that. It's about what? You think you what?
Yeah,
You
but that's what I'm saying. Like ain't nobody ever called me out like that. But for me to just voluntarily do some stuff like that, no, I gotta be like some money involved. I'm not gonna do that for free.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
My last question is, man, in this game, man, there's a lot of obstacles we got to overcome. So, what do you have to do to force to win every day? And like, I need a force to win story from Shay Noor. Like when your back was against the wall, you just had to do something just to overcome that obstacle. Like you had to just win. What did you ever do to have to do to force to win?
I mean, I remember at one point I had quit music. I had quit rapping. This was like 2017. I had kind of quit it. I was just like, it's getting corny. I ain't got time to be like, chasing something I feel like ain't coming to me at the time. It was kind of like getting like a little corny, like trying to be a rapper. I was like, oh. But I was so passionate about making music. Even when I had quit, I still was like, still booking sessions, rapping a little bit. Like, I'll be randomly in a car driving, I'm writing raps in my head. So, I don't know, like for me, I just, like at the end of 2017, I had got some inspiration that just randomly came. Really just somebody shouted me out. Somebody really just hopping in my inbox like, yo, you fire. Like keep going. I wish the whole city was behind you. And, I don't know, it took that one message for me to just be like, I had booked a flight. I went out to Chicago and I went out there for like a week and I recorded with this producer I knew out there. And, I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to start taking this serious. Because it came from me quitting and wanting to give up, but it just took somebody telling me that they hear me. Because that's all it took. Just somebody saying, nah, I hear you. Keep going. Like, I know you ain't where you want to be, but keep going. And, sometimes that's all it takes is you just knowing you just feel like you being heard. Because it's a point when you've been rapping as long as we have, or, you even look at the ones who coming up from upstate, like Spesh, Benny, the whole Griselda or whatever. They all been rapping. They older than me. They've been rapping way longer than me. But I told you I've been making music forever.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm rapping, but who listening? And you start questioning yourself. So it's just really about when you get that, like when I got that, somebody telling me that they listening, I was like, okay, that's all I needed to hear.
That's how we're going to conclude the episode, man. It's Force to Win podcast. Shout out to my homegirl, Shay. Shout out to my homegirl, Letitia. She couldn't be here with us today, but I'm holding it down like I told you to. We here, man. Make sure you log on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? All streaming platforms. Check it out. Check us out. You know what I mean? I'm signing out. It's your boy, Frankie Nino. 1.